Let's see if I can get this to set up. There we go. Hey, it's Sunday afternoon and the kids are with me home from church. They are a little bit ill and Rob had to go anyway, of course, so I'm going to make some lunch for him and he should be home soon. While the kids are napping, I thought I would record what I was going to do. I'm just going to make a simple pilaf, but I know sometimes seeing food made just makes it easier. We all have cooking shows for that reason. I was watching Rachel Ray in the hospital waiting room yesterday, and taking my father-in-law for a procedure, and it dawned on me that most of the things that she was making were pretty no-brainer, but if I hadn't seen her do them, I wouldn't know exactly how to do them, or at least I would have to look it up. So I thought, while I'm making something easy, I will record it for you. And I think I have everything I need on hand, so I'm just going to start, and I hope that you enjoy. Ask me any questions in the comments, and I'll of course post the recipe also. I'm going to set this down here so you can see what I'm doing. Alright, and hope that it doesn't fall. And if it does fall, I promise that I will pick it back up as quickly as possible. Alright, that should be good. Okay, so I'm making a quinoa pilaf. Quinoa is kind of a grain. It's a great source of protein. It's gluten-free, so we use it a lot. And Rob is only so-so about it, but he can handle it. So we're going to make a quinoa pilaf. I've already cooked my quinoa. It's great. It only takes about 15 minutes to cook. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to melt a little bit of butter here in the skillet. Normally I use coconut oil or something that's better for high heat for sauteing, but for a pilaf, it's just hard to beat the flavor of butter. And I'm going to pull my hair up, not that you can see it, but pull my hair up to keep as much food as possible. I mean, as much hair as possible out of the food. You can see from my list of ingredients that I'm going to put on the blog what I have, but I have already chopped up some onions a couple of nights ago, and I just stuck it in the refrigerator to use for later. I do the same thing with carrots. I shred them and then I freeze them, so these are already done. And I've chopped up my red bell pepper, and what I'm going to do first is, as this butter melts, I put about 2 tablespoons of butter. As it melts, I am going to put the onions and the peppers in to start sauteing, and then I'm going to chop up my garlic and my basil. I'm going to wait to put the garlic and the basil in until I put my liquid in, because they both do better when they're not on direct heat. And I picked this basil from the garden this morning. I'm so excited. I'm just chopping it up coarsely, pretty large. It'll wilt a lot. It'll lend its flavor, and it smells great. I'm going to use the rest of it for pesto that I'll hopefully put down too on the blog. My garlic, I'm just using 2 cloves. You can use as much as you want. I rarely think that you can have too much garlic, honestly. And I just smash mine with the side of my knife. I don't use a garlic press or anything fancy. I used to. I don't anymore. I don't know why. Just don't bother with it. And maybe it's because I don't mind if there are big pieces, or I don't know. I like garlic, so I buy it in the huge bags at Costco, and then I always have to struggle to find something to do with it. But I posted a garlic soup the other day that was really yummy for that, and that's what I do. Something like that, a garlic soup. I tried roasted garlic one time, but we weren't as big of fans as we thought we would be. Kind of got a headache. Ate too much garlic. Okay. Oh, and Cora's awake, so I will be right back. You're going to have to watch that for a second. I'm probably not going to edit that out because that's life. Say hi, Cora. Yeah. Okay. Set that back up there. Don't fall, don't fall. Oh. I'm gonna have to figure out how to edit it out, aren't I? Gonna have 2 minutes of the camera falling. Alright, okay, so good thing I did the chopping first. I already have taken the stems off of most of this asparagus, but just in case you didn't already know how, oh, sad day. Just in case you didn't already know how to get the stems off of your asparagus, I thought I would do part of that here with you. You just take it and snap it right where it bends. This asparagus is on its way out. I'm definitely needing to use it today, so it's softer than usual. But then we compost whatever we don't use for cooking. So that will go into the compost bucket over by the sink, and then when that gets full, we will put it outside. My onions are almost translucent, which is what I want them to be. And I'm going to chop my asparagus large. You can chop it as finely as you want to. Rob doesn't really like asparagus, so I'm actually leaving it bigger so that he can pick his out and put it onto my plate if he wants to. He'll eat it sometimes. He's just not a huge fan. So I'm going to go ahead and put my asparagus in because we like it softer. Well, I like it kind of crunchy, but he likes it softer, so we'll put it in now. Yes, hot, that's right. But the main thing we need to get in quickly, we probably should have done it even before, the asparagus is some noodles. I'm using gluten-free rice pasta, brown rice pasta from Hodgson Mill. You could totally leave this pasta out, although it wouldn't be quite as much like a pilaf. It'd be just a, I don't know, well, it'd still be a pilaf, but my mom always did kind of the rice-a-roni sort of thing, and it always had some noodles or some longer grains of rice or pasta in it. I always liked that a lot. So break it into small pieces, sweep up the things that fly all over the place later. I just took, oh, I don't know, that much. That's how much I took. I'm not measuring, obviously, but I would do all the way up to like a quarter of this box. If I weren't recording, I might do a little bit more, but for time's sake, that's what I'll do, and I think it's going to look fine, actually. And I want to kind of roast this pasta for flavor. Cook it just a little bit on this high heat with the, yes, it's hot, I know, with the butter still. I'm going to let you see this too. And probably never be able to get the thing back up, but oh well. So here it is. It's steaming up. It is cooking my noodles there a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and add some salt and pepper now, because I will forget otherwise. I'm going to put my washcloth down here so that if you fall again, I'm not buying a new camera. Let's see. I use real salt. I love it. It's very yummy. It's sea salt. It has some trace minerals left in it. I just sprinkled it in there. It was probably a quarter teaspoon. I'm doing about the same with my pepper. Stir that around. And as my butter is kind of starting to evaporate and be absorbed, and we're getting close to starting to brown things, I'm going to add my chicken stock. You could just do water if you don't have chicken stock. I was going to just do water, and then it dawned on me that I had some homemade chicken stock in the freezer. I usually do, but I don't know why. Sometimes I don't think about it. I also could have cooked my quinoa in the chicken stock to save a step, or just increase the protein content and all the yummy nutrients that we want to get into this meal. You can also add, obviously, whichever vegetables and what have you that you want. I originally wasn't going to add carrot, but I forgot I had asparagus, so I was looking for something to add and grabbed it from the freezer, so I'm still going to add it. That's probably about 1 carrot's worth there, small carrot. I'll use the rest for something else. I usually, I love it shaved like that because it's really good with egg rolls. I do my own egg rolls sometimes. I haven't found a good gluten-free egg roll wrapper, so if you know one, let me know. But I used to make egg rolls pretty frequently, and I would shred up my cabbage and my carrots in the summertime, and then they'd last me all winter. But I also like the shredded carrots for any kind of cupcakes or breads or carrot cakes, obviously, and for my fried rice. Sometimes I do diced carrots, and sometimes I just do the shredded carrots. Take up less space, and I can pack them into a smaller container. Okay, so now I'm going to add 1 cup of this chicken stock. I'm actually going to add half a cup now that I say that, just to make sure I don't add too much. I'll reserve it, and I'll add it later if it's getting dry, but you want the pasta to soften, but you don't want to have to wait forever while the liquid reduces, so half a cup looks good, but I'm not sure. And now I can add my basil and my garlic. They won't burn this way. Yum, yum. And having all my ingredients set out like this is really great because it means that I can't forget anything. And obviously most of the time I'm not recording, so I don't have to worry if I forget one little thing. I can always throw it in, but organization is nice when it's possible. So I'll do this. And I have been letting my quinoa sit in this little pot right here, covered, just to soak up a little bit more water and stay warm. So I'm going to stick that in there in a minute, but I'll let you see what this looks like. I just let it simmer for a little while. You can cover it if you want it to go longer without burning. Keeping it uncovered makes the liquid evaporate, reduce quicker. And since I'm recording and you're patiently waiting through it so that you can make your own, I'm going to go ahead and let it go a little bit faster. But the best way to know whether or not you should cover it is to taste test it and see how the noodles are doing and how the asparagus is doing, and that way you can see if it's done to your liking. I can tell you that these are still a little bit too, yeah, see, I told you she was sick. I can tell that it's still a little bit too green, not cooked enough for our liking, but it'll work. And those noodles are still not quite soft enough. They're not bending a whole lot. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to finish it up, and then I'll modify it for us. So we have 1 cup of quinoa here, and 1 cup of quinoa uses 2 cups of liquid, so that's all I had to combine before. I'm sticking it in here. Quinoa is done when, I don't know if you can see, you can't really do macro focusing with the with the video camera. They get little tendrils, little spirals. I'll try and take a picture of it. And when those pop out and it's soft enough to chew, then you know it's done. It really is very, very quick. So, oops. My stuff is starting to stick here, so I would usually cover or add more liquid. Oh, that looks great. Let's get the rest of this in here. Better be light. And Rob really likes his quinoa refried, so after I cook it, then sometimes, like even if I'm not doing a pilaf, sometimes I'll go ahead and put it back in the skillet with some butter or olive oil or coconut oil or ghee, and I will cook it some more anyway, so he won't mind this a bit. So that is how it's going to work, and actually after I stop recording, I'm going to go ahead and probably put the rest of this chicken stock in, since I know that my asparagus isn't quite done. Yes, it's not quite done. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to cover it. But if you had let this go a little bit longer or added the half cup to begin with or the whole cup to begin with, I'm sure it'd be perfect for you right now. And like I said, just taste test to make sure everything is good. You might add the asparagus a little bit sooner, and then you'd have what you the tenderness that you'd like it. So hope that you enjoy and that it's as good for you as it will be for us. And we will say goodbye. Can you say bye-bye? Cora, look at the camera. Say bye-bye. Can you say bye-bye? Wave. Say bye-bye. No. Bye.